everyone, and welcome to our Violet Flame meditation tonight. Tonight we're going to work with chakra cleansing. Let us begin with our attunement to the world grid of light, beginning with 3 Oms. In the protection of the cosmic light, we sanction the grace of Master R and Lady Portia. Please connect this violet flame group to the grid of light that is within and around this planet, our beloved Mother Gaia. Connect this group to others who are praying for world peace at this time, so the effects of our prayers and our meditations are magnified with our deepest gratitude. Master R is also known as the Count of St Germain. The Count is the Chohan of the 7th ray and is a great alchemist and white magician and the Lord of the Violet Flame. He is said to have a strong interest in politics, finance and the business world. Power involves the throat and 3rd eye chakras, and money involves also the same chakras. We have entered into the 7th ray age, and the 7th ray is now manifesting. It is a will ray with the quality of power, as well as of law and order and ceremonial work. It is the age of money because the 7th ray is developing the ability to make money, to attract the energy of money. And the Master R is actually the Master of Finances on the inner levels. He is also the Master of Civilization as the current Maha Chohan. So if you have any problems with money, and it's because of karma, and you really want to change that karma, you ask the Master R to send you the violet flame, that 7th ray energy, into your problem. And if you then get some money in your hand, and you show the Master of the 7th ray that you can correctly use it, there will be more coming. You can change the karma in the same life you live in. Our meditation will work with the violet flame into the 3rd eye and throat chakras to assist the release of money and power, as well as limitations and karma. But first we must consider what we would use the money and power for. If the reasons are selfish, you may increase karma. But if you are ready to serve the world in order to release the world from suffering and pain, you will ask for the power and money needed for you to further your skills and abilities to serve humanity and the earth. Our work on ourselves may all more easily attract the attention of the violet flame to completely release us from selfishness and greed, and thus free us to higher and further service. We remember that service requires the donation of our time, energy, and money. Are we wanting to give more? If so, this meditation is for you. So tonight we will work at clearing the way for us to be the most useful instruments possible in the world for the Count of St Germain in his quest for freedom, for peace, and transmutation of negative forces in all. Let us begin with a song. breaths and breathe consciously in and out peace.
Violet fire, violet flame, call the Count of St Germain. Violet fire, violet flame, call the Count of St Germain. Master of the mystic change, master of God's wisdom, lead us to your heart today, lead us with your vision. Violet fire, violet flame, call the Count of St Germain. Violet fire, violet flame, call the Count of St Germain. Master of the seventh ray, Lord of transmutation, use your sacred alchemy to purify humanity. Violet fire, violet flame, call the Count of St Germain. Violet fire, violet flame, call the Count of St Germain. Archangel of blinding light, sound of pure vibration, change our hearts and change the way we seek love's realization. Violet fire, violet flame, call the Count of St Germain. Violet fire, violet flame, call the Count of St Germain. Master of the violet fire, master of the violet flame, enter deep within our hearts, never shall we be the same. Violet fire, violet flame, call the Count of St Germain. Violet fire, violet flame, call the Count of St Germain. Violet fire, violet flame, call the Count of St Germain. Violet fire, violet flame, call the Count of St Germain.
Continue to breathe peace in and out. And of course the violet flame that we have evoked with that song is now descending through your I Am presence into your physical, etheric, astral and lower mental bodies. Breathe in the peace of the violet flame. Just relax completely so that you don't interrupt the flow. And so tonight we're going to work with clearing money karma, not just to release more money into our hands in order to serve, but karma from the past when we've misused money. Or perhaps even in this present life. We're also going to clear the negative use of power. So continue to relax your legs, your arms, your hands, your feet, your face, your neck, your upper and lower body. Completely relax, but remaining alert. We call upon the Count of St Germain tonight to assist us with this karma release and cleansing of the chakras. And so to begin with, the Count has invited us to a violet crystal temple where this cleansing and karma release can take place. We visualize in front of us a violet pathway, and we see and feel ourselves walking on that path. It is very ethereal and clear and quiet as we walk. And with each step we take, we are stepping into a higher consciousness. We are ascending towards our Christ selves. You feel absolute peace and stillness within. You don't allow any thoughts or feelings to bother you. And we see that we are approaching a crystal mountain, shining and glistening in the sunlight, radiating out the most beautiful shades and hues of violet, mauve and lavender. And as we approach, a portal opens into the temple, into the mountain. We step through the portal and find ourselves standing within an enormous crystal mountain. Just the energy of the violet crystal that we are standing in is having an enormous effect upon us. The darkness within our being cannot withstand this radiance of violet light and fire that is now enveloping us just by stepping into the temple. You're being cleansed with every breath you take, with every move you make. As you walk towards the center of the temple, where there is a beautiful violet flame springing forth from a golden chalice. Its radiance affecting the whole temple. And we take a seat around the flame with many others that are there tonight. And we continue to relax and breathe in the flame. It's as if with every breath you draw that flame straight into you, into your thoughts and feelings, into your physical etheric body. And so you have violet fire now swirling all around, within you and around you. You can smell it. You can feel it. It's having an effect on every part of you, but especially your past. Your past misuses of money and power. Times when you have taken money that didn't belong to you, when you have used money for purely selfish needs, when others around you were in much greater need of that money. Times when you have been selfish with money. You know yourself that you have had lives where you've handled money incorrectly. And so we call now upon the violet flame. And we say, violet flame, enter into my chakras and cleanse and purify all my misuse of money, past and present. And imagine that the violet flame streams into your root chakra. And you can feel pops and cracks as it is disturbing old energy in there, old concreted forms. And see the violet flame swirling around in that chakra, loosening all debris. And then see a big explosion, and everything in that chakra is thrown out and absorbed by the violet flame in the temple. And that chakra is filled with violet fire, and it ascends up into the sacral center, where there is misuse of sexual energy, past and present. And so draw that flame into that chakra. Feel how it cleanses and purifies and crackles and explodes as different forms and energies are attacked by the violet flame and are being transmuted and transformed. You see it all flowing out and being absorbed by the violet flame, all bits and pieces out of that chakra. The force of the violet flame is sending them out into the violet flame in the temple, until that chakra is now clear and clean. And the flame moves up into the solar plexus. And here we have misuse of power. And I think we all know what that means. And so if we can resolve to handle all our relationships, all our business connections with honesty and right human relations, from now onwards we can release that energy that is trapped in that chakra and limiting us. And so we draw the violet flame up into the solar plexus chakra, and again hear it cracking and loosening old forms, thought forms, and disease and negativity in that chakra. And it explodes it out, the violet flame explodes it out, and it comes out of that chakra into the violet flame in the temple. And we resolve not to misuse power again, but to be a person of peace and right human relations, acting through kindness and honesty in all situations. And so out it all flows. All the debris, all the old forms and energies coming out and into the violet flame in the temple. And that chakra is now filled with violet flame. It is empty and pure. It moves up into the heart. And again it cracks and makes little explosions as it is loosening all old pain and suffering, all decisions and actions, thoughts and feelings that are not from the heart, have darkened the heart. So see all that being loosened by the violet flame and exploding out into the flame in the temple. As you breathe out, it flows out. The violet flame continues to swirl around in that chakra, cleansing every little corner, every little bit of your heart. You now see the heart center is cleansed and purified, no darkness left. And so the flame moves up into the throat. And again, the throat has a lot of darkness and negativity in there, dark forms from misuse of speech and dishonesty. And so you see the violet flame going in there and breaking up all those forms, cracking them open, peeling them off the sides of the chakra. All these dark little forms that are residues from misuse of speech, from lies and deceitfulness. And out it flows with the out-breath into the violet flame in the temple. All that old energy is flowing out. You see the throat chakra becoming pure, filled with swirling violet flame, fully cleansed. And so the violet flame moves up to the third eye. And again, you hear these crackling sounds as old debris in there is being loosened by the violet flame. All thought forms, ideas, beliefs that no longer serve you need to go. And so you see these dark forms peeling off the walls of the inside of the chakra, exploding and flowing out into the violet flame in the temple. And so the third eye is cleansed and purified and filled with swirling violet flame. And into the crown chakra moves the violet flame, and again you hear the crackling sounds and little explosions as debris is coming out into the violet flame in the temple, and the crown chakra is opened as much as you can handle at this time. It's cleansed and purified with the violet flame. And you see now there is a violet flame going from the root chakra all the way up to the crown chakra and above. And that violet flame now expands to envelop your whole being, your physical body and your aura. And so you've become a pillar of violet flame. And again, there are little cracks and explosions in the aura as the energies around you are being cleansed and purified and sent into the violet flame. The debris around you that you have collected around your being is being cleansed by the violet flame that has enveloped you. Into the central flame, the work has been done. And we imagine that the Count of St Germain is standing within that flame, in the centre of the crystal mountain. And as we have been cleansed and purified, we can actually see him. We can feel his love for humanity and for us. Totally dedicated to service. And he wishes also for us to be totally dedicated to service. That service is the way to joyfulness and to ascension. It is the path. Serve your fellow human beings, your families, your partners, your work, co-workers, wherever you are, look for ways to serve, to assist, to help another human being on the path, to be more positive. There are many ways we can serve. And so his blessing is now for service. He is sending the energies of service into us. Energies that will give us courage and strength to make the correct decisions, to walk upon the path of righteousness, honesty and loyalty. And that loyalty is not so much to fellow human beings, except where that loyalty is needed and helpful. It is the loyalty to our own I Am presence and to the masters and beings that help us, that we align with them and align with our presence daily, so that that presence can shine like a brilliant white sun down upon us at all times, and guide the personality in decisions, in thoughts, feelings and speech, so that we don't again create the karma that we have just released, as much as our karma allows it to be released. But it can be very easy through habit add to that karma again. So learning to live lovingly through the heart is the path. It is the way, not to create karma of a negative kind. So let us think for a moment how we can serve, how we can walk through our daily life in heart consciousness, how we can respond differently to our families, to our partners, to those that we encounter in daily life. What can we do to serve? There are opportunities all day long. And so with the Count standing there, sending us his blessings, he's asking us to think upon service for a moment or two. He is joined now by Lady Portia, who brings the mother energy into the healing, reminding us to be kind to others, to be the comforting mother energy that others need from time to time. And she blesses us with that kindness. That we may be vehicles of the Mother, bringing comfort to humanity. Wherever we can. We breathe in that mother energy with a beautiful pale violet colour. And it strengthens the kindness within us. The Count of St Germain and Lady Portia remind us all to be joyful in our service. Find joy in everything we do. To feel that joy just below the surface at all times. Can we do this? Can we incorporate joy tonight into our daily consciousness? This will help us to walk the path. This will help us not to be affected by others and their decisions, their actions, their speech. That joy that is the Christ within us keeps us always in harmony and balance. feeling uplifted and joyful and thankful for every day of life. She's asking us to live in that consciousness of joy and thankfulness for life. And that in itself, she says, will heal others. If we can be a vehicle of that joy. And that kindness that she is. And if we say, yes, Mother, I can be a vehicle of joy and kindness, beginning now. Then she puts her hand upon your head and blesses you. To give you the strength to be that every day in her name. She and the Count now bow to us, and we bow in return. We have been blessed today to be vehicles of joy and kindness. And this means changing our patterns. This means that we will not recreate the same karma. This means that we become vehicles of bringing humanity closer to right human relations by being that ourselves at all times with everybody. Not just with those who make it easy, but with those who make it difficult. Right human relations. Through kindness and joy at all times. And so now, as they disappear back into the flame, we rise from our seats and begin to walk out of the temple, finding ourselves back on that violet path. And walking back into our bodies. We become conscious of our breathing. We feel our feet on the ground. And we say, I am presence. Send down the pink flame to bring calmness and peace to my bodies of the personality after the violet flame work. And from your I am presence, a beautiful white sun above your head streams down the most magnificent pink flame. And you feel peace. You feel calmness and serenity. Ready to go out into the world, armed with kindness, armed with peace, and the healing of the Mother. And so you fully breathe back now, opening your eyes as our meditation is complete. And you feel that you can do this, that you can be a vehicle of kindness in the world today, to everyone. And it begins now. Thank you, everyone. Our next meditation is as usual on Friday evening. Hopefully you can join us.